Hi there, thank you for joining me on FernCrafts. I'm Christine and I welcome you to my channel. Today I wanted to do a video on one of my orchids that are finally in bloom, and as you can see I have her in the center and she is just gorgeous. She is, if I can get her in the frame, it's the Bllra Marfitch, Howard's Dream. And I got this orchid from my trip to Montreal, I believe, or yes, that was it. And she has been in spike for the longest time, and a beautiful, beautiful spike of flowers. She has right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 2 buds. I am loving it. She is just gorgeous. I hope you can see how brilliant she looks. Like, it's just very, very dark purple, red, pinkish purple. I don't know. I don't know how to say that color, but I think it's captured well on screen. I'm sorry for the lighting. It's just too bright outside, so again I've had to move the orchids here and film them just because of the backlight. But you can see, like, it's just beautiful, and she's a very large spray of flowers. So if I can hold up my hand, sorry for the shaky camera. Okay, if I can hold up my hand against the flower, each of those flowers are larger than my palm. Like, they are beautiful. And love the markings on her lip, and she's got a nice frill on the lips. Now I don't know if that is you know, AOS standard, but I love it. Like, I really do like the frills on the flowers of any kind of orchid. Really, it looks beautiful. And even just the petals are really, really nice, like large petals. And let me try and do a side view of her so you can see. There. Pretty large. Pretty large. Okay, and as far as her pot, oh, wrong pot here. She currently has 1, 2, and 3 pseudobulbs, and it is from the newest pseudobulb that she has her spike coming out of there. So yes, and of course that means the plant is growing in that direction, so I've got to you know, probably get her transferred into another pot after she's done blooming. So yeah, wow, beautiful flowers. And that was Howard's Dream, Bllra Marfitch. Now on to other news. Here is another one in spike, and I've shown it to you before. Let me just pull it out and see what it is. It's the Bllra Tahoma Glacier, and this was one of the orchids that was outside. And we recently had some dip in temperatures in the night, and I was mindful to take the orchids in. But I think just, you know, the movement of indoors, outdoors, temperatures being varied, that one of the buds blasted on this spike, the very topmost bud. So I've lost one. Hopefully the others will make it, because I do want to see this orchid. I've had this orchid for over a while now. I think maybe she's one of them that I got in Montreal as well. I can't remember. But yeah, and this is one that my mom has as well. So I really do want to see these flowers and enjoy them for myself, because they're supposed to be really pretty. And then going on to my VYL Patico Pacific Nights, she is still in bloom and looking awesome. And you know what? no signs of aging as yet. So I think she'll be good for another few days maybe, because they're not quite, you know, like they may be like about 2 weeks long, but not over that. So yeah, well, I thought I'd share one more look of her with you guys before she's done, before my next week's video. But onto a very, very exciting news is my Vanda. Now, you guys tell me what this is, okay? Let me try to find it. Up, going up, 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 and right there. Let me focus. There. See that? I can't get it to go any closer, but I hope you can see it. I think it's a spike. Yeah, I think it's a spike. So having put her out in the sun, I think was a good idea. So when we got her, she had a very large, massive root system that was over 2.5 feet long. And in the process of watering her every day and then hanging her up to dry, some of her roots broke off and some of them just rotted away, and so she lost a lot of her roots. But and then also the maintenance was really hard for me to manage in having to water her every day, and it was usually in the mornings before I was rushing to go to work, and I would sometimes forget to take her out of the water. And so the alternative to that was that I had seen that some of you are potting up your Vandas, and my mom had done that, so I got her to pot up mine as well in a very nice heavy clay pot. And she needed the clay pot because she is top heavy, and so after she was potted, she's been doing a lot better, and actually she was potted and then put outside, and you can see that both those things really help because lots of new roots, aerial roots, which are really great. And this keiki that she has, she's had it since we got her, and it's doing well as well. It's growing, which is a good sign. The yellowing of the leaves, I think that has to do with a little change in fertilizing. My weekly fertilizer, maybe the quantity of fertilizer that I put in was not the same. And not just the Vanda, but a few of my orchids have yellowing leaves, and I think it is a stronger fertilizing regimen maybe than they're used to, and it's over fertilizing basically. That's what I'm trying to say. There's some markings on her leaves, and again, that's from being outside and you know, basically my carelessness, and you know, she probably had water sitting there and she got sunburned. But all to say that in spite of all of this, she's been doing great, even though she doesn't look that great, and she's given this spike, which is really, really nice. I am pretty sure it's a spike just because you can see that tiny division there. Whoops, if I can get my finger close enough. Right there, there's a division in the tip, and that to me would say that she is a spike. Yeah, so this is really great news, and just wanted to share it with you guys, which is really nice that you know, we can do that. For those who haven't done so already, do join us on our Facebook group. We have a lovely group, FernCrafts, Love of Orchids, and lately there's been a lot of activity, which I really appreciate, for those jumping in and answering some of the questions that have come up. And that's what it's all about, right? Like we all, and I'm sure a lot of you have great experience in growing orchids and can share. And the wonderful thing is that we're from all parts of the world, really. So we can all give an insight from our environments, which is nice. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And just to leave you with a thought, it is something that will be coming up in one of my videos in the future, is one of my orchids. It's the Phalaenopsis Bllra, that I have posted some pictures on the Facebook group is really suffering because it doesn't have many roots. It has very tiny roots, and I am considering full water culture. So I wanted to know what your thoughts are on that. Just to let you know where I stand, I believe that water culture can be helpful as a therapeutic means, as in reviving an orchid or some sort of a therapy, but not as a long term, because orchids generally don't grow in water. They're not water plants. And so it does help to a certain extent. So I'm kind of on the fence on it, mainly as a therapy, but not as a full way of growing. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on it, because I am considering trying out the full water culture. I don't know a lot about it, but I do want to learn and do want to try. And it is a phalaenopsis that I love dearly, so I don't want to lose it. So I really want to know what your thoughts on it. On water culture, let me know how you've tried it out, what are your methods, and what your thoughts are on it. I do want to hear from all of you. So thanks again for watching, and I'll leave you with a shot of the Bllra Marfitch Howard stream. Enjoy your orchids. Bye-bye.